Hi there. Welcome to Assessor. My name is Faraz. I'll be one of the PGY2s. Right now, I'm one of the interns. I'm carrying these many pages, which you will be next year. But the key is, don't freak out. I will be talking about a couple of common issues that you will encounter as an intern. Okay? So the number one is, always tell your senior about what's going on and always keep them in the loop. The first thing that you have to do is get their phone number and get their beeper numbers. Okay guys, as an intern, you will need to know how to replete electrolytes because that is something that you will be doing throughout the day, and always keep your seniors in the loop. So repleting potassium and magnesium is the most important thing as it is cardioprotective. First, let's say if the patient's potassium is 3.2, you have to replete it by giving oral or IV. It depends upon what you're comfortable with. If a patient has a central line, you can give higher doses of 20 milliequivalents IV, but if the patient has a peripheral line, you have to stick with the 10 milliequivalents. It's better to give oral if the patient is tolerating oral. However, when it comes to magnesium, giving oral means giving patient diarrhea. So if you like your patient, don't give oral, stick with the IV. I just wanted to add a scenario to what I was talking previously about repleting electrolytes. So if the potassium is 3.2, so you can give up to 40 milliequivalents for it to lie in the safer range. You can do 2 tabs of 20 milliequivalents, or you can give runs of 10 milliequivalents spaced 2 hours apart. Expect the potassium to go up by 0.1 by giving 10 milliequivalents. And as for magnesium, it's better to keep it above 2 for patients who have cardiac issues since it is cardioprotective. Repleting phos is very important, do not forget it. Give NutraPhos times 2 tablets.
Where are the APM labs?
Oh, I have to check it. Always keep an eye on the sign out that you get. If you are signed out 6 p.m. lab, expect it to be back by 1 to 2 hours. If they are not back, check if it's a phlebotomy draw or a nursing draw. If it's a nursing draw, simple. You can just call the nurse. We have all the numbers given over there on the wall. As you can see, from MICU to 7 Southeast. You can give them a call and ask them about if they collected the labs or not. Well, if they have, then you can call the lab and ask them to tell you the results. And if it's a phlebotomy draw, don't freak out. Just ask the lab at 8505 to give you the beeper number for the phlebotomist. Page them and ask them to draw it for you. Oh. Not again. Which one? Oh boy. Aha. This one. Let's see what they want from me. Hello. Returning a page. Aha. How many times have you tried putting the IV lines in this patient? Did the other nurses try? They couldn't get the line in? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Guys, the point to learn here is that you will be asked multiple times by the nurses to put the IV line in. Always ask them if they have tried multiple arms or multiple sites. If not, then ask them to do it. And if they say they have, ask them to ask other nurses on the floor or on other floors. If the other nurses have failed as well, then you have to be the hero. Take the ultrasound machine and go and try the IV line in. If you're not a pro, don't worry. Oh, hello! So important thing that I wanted to discuss was there will be instances where you'll be paged that patient is crashing. Like crashing patient means patient is short of breath, tachycardia, bradycardia, hypertensive, hypotensive. Patient would be nauseous. These are the instances where you have to decide how urgent it is. And if you feel like it's super urgent, notify your senior, do your own research, go through the notes. Once you're done going through the notes, then take an action. It is very important to identify hypertension early because hypertension could be because of many causes like sepsis or GI bleed. You will be paged about patient going into hypotension. Always ask the nurse to recheck the vitals, especially blood pressure can be checked manually because sometimes the machine can be errored. Because there will be instances when patient will be in sepsis. First thing you should do is look at the echocardiogram, and if you feel safe, if the patient has a good EF, you bolus. That's what I'm going to do now. Of fevers. Usually when you're on ONC nights, you will get paged most about fevers because patients are neutropenic. You have to text the fellow. On top of that, before texting the fellow, try to figure out why is the patient here for? Is this a new fever or not? Is you on antibiotics already? And what workup has been done before? Like blood cultures, urine cultures, chest X-ray. Do we know our source? Oh, hey! Guys, there will be instances when you will be paged about constipation and diarrhea. So in constipation, you can make sure that patient is not on opioids. If the patient is on opioids, you have to put the patient on bowel regimen, which includes sen and colase. Otherwise, you can give Miralax, lactulose, there are tons of other things that you can give. In cases of diarrhea, try to figure out if the patient is on antibiotics previously, because it could be C. diff. You have to send the stool for C. diff. Breathing is an important component. You will be called about shortness of breath. If you're called about shortness of breath, go and assess the patient right away. Listen to the chest. And if you feel like there's something wrong, get a chest X-ray right away. Order the ABGs. If the patient is not on any supplements, put the patient on supplements. Start with the nasal cannula. Go up to the ventimask. You can go up to the non-rebreather. And don't forget, tell your senior and call RRT. So guys, there will be nights when you'll get time to sleep, but keep your pagers nearby. Oh, where are mine? Yeah, close call. You're late. Guys, always be on time. Never be late for sign out. Because sign out is the most important thing of the day. Always sign out important event that happened overnight, like rapid response or a code on your patient. Tell the event in detail so the morning team can know what happened and how could they have prevented this. There will be more things to sign out, like labs or notes. Sign out all the important stuff, like if you had any critical lab values overnight, or if you had important notes which had important information in it. Because sign out matters. Guys, if you ever get called into this room, that means you're doomed.